variations. So this is our new topic that you are starting now. This is variations. So under variations, what you need to get or understand is that whenever you are talking about variation, we've got direct variation. So understand this, we've got direct what? Variation. We've got direct variation. We also have inverse variation. Have you seen? We also have what? Inverse variation. These are two things that we have. Two types of variations. Direct variation and inverse variation. So make sure you understand this part clearly, even as I make it simple for you to understand this. So I've told you that we've got direct variation. Second is inverse variation. So we've got direct variation and inverse variation. So let us now look at direct variation a bit. Let us look at direct variation. So we are going to look at direct variation. I want to measure on this. So this is direct variation. So under direct variation, a question will be coming like this. They will say x varies directly as x squared. Have you seen the way this question is? X varies directly as y squared. I'm going to do this. X varies directly as y squared. So you need to derive an equation from this. These are things that you need to get and understand. You need to derive an equation from this. So you need to make sure that you derive an equation. We are going to derive an equation. So varies, the symbol for varies, x varies. This is the symbol for varies. Have you seen? This is the symbol for what? For varies. So x varies directly. So when you hear the word directly, straight line, light everything in a straight line, directly like that in a straight line. So directly as y squared. This is what we are given. Have you seen? X varies directly as y squared. So whenever something is written like this, whenever you've got an expression in this manner, have you seen? X varies directly as y squared. So it varies directly as y squared. This is what you're given. So you need to change this one. We are going to change this to what? So this one changes to, so it changes to, this is the symbol for variation. So variation changes to equals and a k. Have you seen? This is what you'll be getting and understanding like this. So this variation, where there is variation, remove it, then put this. So you're going to say x is equal to k y squared. Then this is your equation. Then you always be taught to find the what? You always be taught to find the k here. The k there, have you seen? So the k, where k is the, so k is the what? Understand this. K is the what? Constant. Constant of what? Variation. K is the constant of variation. So where k is the constant of variation. This is what I want you to get. This is what I want you to understand. So make sure you get an understanding on this. This is a foundation that I'm building. This is a foundation. So I want you to get this understanding before we start dealing with questions. So before we start dealing with any question, have you seen? So let me give you another example. So this is how you need to do with this one. What if you are given something like this? X is proportional x is proportional to z, like this. Have you seen? Just a question. Given that x is proportional to yz squared. So this word proportional, it is just the same as varies directly. As long as there is no inverse. Have you seen? So this is just direct. So x is proportion. So proportion, we include this varies, just one and the same. Y z squared, like this. Have you seen? Then I told you that this varies will change to x is equal to k y z squared. This is what you are going to form. Have you seen? So I want you to understand, these are concepts that I want you to understand. These are concepts that I want you to get. Have you seen? X is equal to k y z squared. So this is an equation that we formed. Have you seen? This is an equation that we formed. So this is all about what? Direct variation. Whenever you are given direct variation, something is just written straight. Have you seen? Something will be written what? Straight. Something will just be straight that way, in that way. Something will be straight. So I want you to understand this, and I want you to get an understanding on this. So let us look at an exam question, the way a question will come in an exam. Under direct variation. So it is given that x varies directly. So x varies directly as m minus 1, where x is equal to 2 when m is equal to 4. Have you seen? When m is equal to 4, like this. The first question will always be, so the first question, find the constant k, which is the constant of variation. Always under variation, this is the question that you'll be finding always. B, you'll be told to find, let's say you are told to find m, so you are told to find m, find m when, so you are told to find m when x is equal to 2. So not 2, I'll put another number here. Let me just say 4, when x is equal to 4. This is the question that you are given. Hope we are able to see this question cleared. So it is saying, it is given that x varies directly as m minus 1, where x is equal to 2 when m is equal to 4. The first question, find the constant k. Want to find the constant k. So how can you find the constant k? In which way can you calculate the constant k? So the way you are going to find the constant k is that you need to put the equation that you are going to use. So it is given that x varies. Have you seen there is x here? So varies, you put this symbol. So x varies directly, straight line, as m minus 1. This is the what? This is what you are given in the question. So you are going to do this. That is what you are given in the question. So what you are going to do is that this varies will change. Where there is varies, so x varies, you put equals and k. Have you seen? So since there is m minus 1, you say open bracket m minus 1. This is the equation that you are going to use. So the first question, you are told to find k. Where do you get the values, other values for you to find k in the equation? You are given that x is 2, m is what? 4. Don't go here. for this question, you need to get what you are given in the question. Don't go to B, start using these values that x is 4. No. Go to the question. The missing values for other letters when you are told to find k are given in the question. I want you to get this. So here x is what? X is 2. So say x is what? X is 2, which is equal to k is the one you are finding. Open bracket. What is your m? M, we are given that it is what? 4. So 4 minus 1, you do this. This is 2, like this. This is what you are going to do. 2 is equal to this minus that. This is 3. So 3 what? 3k. Over what? Over 3 over 3. So which means that k is equal to 2 over what? 2 over 3. This is the value of k. This is cancelled. So we are, k is equal to what? 2 over 3. Have you seen the way I've done this? This is what you need to get. So this is the value of what? This is the value of k. You are given a mark just to do this. So I want you to get this, and I want you to understand this so that we are able to face each and every question that may try to come in our exams. So these are simple stuffs that we need to get. These are some of the simple things that we need to understand. So I want to make sure that each and every person understands this so that we get to move gradually together. Have you seen the way I've answered this? This is how you are supposed to answer it. This is the exact way that you are supposed to answer it. So k, I know k is what? 2 over 3. Hope you are writing down all these things that I'm trying to explain here. We know that k is equal to 2 over 3. Have you seen? You've got the equation. This is equal to k m minus 1. So where there is k, put this value. So this k, x is equal to k is what? 2 over 3. Have you seen? Then you do this. Then m minus 1, like this. This is what you are going to do. This is the value that you need to get. This is the value that you need to understand. Have you seen? You do this. You go to what? To b. So this b, you'll be using this equation. Where there is k, you've substituted with that. So you are told to find m. You are told to find this m when x is what? When x is 4. So where there is x, you put 4. Here you put 4. So 4 is equal to 2 over 3, open bracket, m minus 1, like this. Over 1, then you cross multiply. So this times that is 12, which is equal to 2m minus 1. This is what we are going to form. Obviously, I've multiplied here. This is what we are going to form. So that is a 12 that you are able to see there. So you say this is what? How can you finish this? This is 12 is equal to 2m minus what? Minus 2, like this. So then you group like terms. This one comes this side. So you are going to have 12 plus 2 is equal to 2m. So what are you going to have this side? You are going to have 14 is equal to 2m over 2. Over 2 both sides. 2 cancelled. So m, you conclude now. M is what? Just conclude. So m is equal to what? 2 into 14, 7. M is equal to 7. This is your answer. Have you seen? So each part that you are answering, you need to refer to the what? To the question that you are under. You cannot use what is in part A when you're on part B. This is what you need to get and understand. So let's make sure we understand this. We get the necessary concept. Let me give you another example. Okay, so let me give you another example. So if you didn't understand this one, I pray you understand this example. So we are just under direct variation. So it is given that z varies directly as a square root. So square root here as a square root of, so as a square root of m, where z, so where z is equal to 2 and m is equal to 4. Have you seen? This is the question. First question, find the value of k, which is the constant of variation. So find the value of k. B, what are you going to have? So B, what are you going to have? Find m when z is equal to 1. Have you seen? This is the question that you are given. So the first thing you need to do is to interpret this question. So just need to interpret what you are given and what you are told. So it is given that z varies directly as a square root of m. So it is given that z varies directly as a square root of m. Square root like this, as a square root of m. So this is the data that you are given. Z varies directly as a square root of what? M. So as a square root of m, you do this. So we introduce what? We introduce the equal sign. So we are going to have z is equal to k, then square root of m. This is what you'll be given. Have you seen? Then you use the values which are in the, we always use the values in the question to find this answer, that is to find the value of k. So we know that z, what is your z? Z is 2. You are given the z is 2, which is equal to k is the one you're finding. Square root of m, m is 4. You do this. Have you seen? So you say this is equal to, what is the square root of 4? Square root of 4 is 2. Have you seen? So this is the same as 2k, because here is 2. So 2 times k is 2k. Divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. This cancelled. Have you seen? We are going to remain with what? K is equal to 1. So 2 divided by 2, it is 1. So we now know the value of k, that it is what? K is 1. So since k is 1, what we are going to do is that on this equation, we put 1 there. So just same as z is equal to 1, then square root of that. So 1, it's nothing, doesn't affect anything. So we are told to find m when z is what? What is z? Your z is what? Your z is 1. Have you seen the z there? What is the value of z there? What is your z? What is your z? 1. So 1 is equal to square root of what? M. What do you do when you want to tamper with this? You introduce the square root both sides like this of the equation. So when you introduce this square both sides of the equation, this is the same as, so I'm answering B. I've answered A, the k was 1. So I'm now answering the part B. So I introduce the square. So this is 1 squared is equal to m in brackets then squared. So what is 1 squared? It is 1, which is equal to, what is square root of m squared? So this square and this will cancel here. We are going to have m. So m is equal to 1. Have you seen? So these are principles that you need to get. These are principles that I want you to understand. So let's make sure we understand this. We get the necessary concepts, something that you need to get. Have you seen? So before I conclude this, or before I give you any exercise that you need to go through, I want you to note this. When you're taught to find the square root of 49, the answers should be 2, 7 or -2. So take note of this. Whenever you're told to find the square root of any number, the answers should be the same like this. Have you seen? Then if you are told to find, let's say you are given, you've got a number there, then 4. Then you square that number. This is equal to what? This is equal to 4. So I want you to understand this. So each time you are told there is a number there, like this, then there is here, then you are squaring like that. It's just same as getting that number. Have you seen? So I want you to get this, and I want you to understand what you are given. So this is the lesson for today. So